Welcome to the Old Time Radio Superman Show from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, adam@adamsweb.us, and be sure and rate the show on iTunes. Also, pick up your copy of Speed Trap, my latest superhero comedy novel. It is out now. It's available as a paperback, also as an audiobook through audible.com or the iTunes store, as well as an ebook through the Kindle store. Now from June the 10th, 1948, here is The Mystery of the Sleeping Beauty, Part 17.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with amazing physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, wages a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Today, Superman forces a confession out of Franz, Grand Master of Alyria, and exposes him as a German Nazi, planning to take over the Lost City. Who's that calling on your shortwave receiver?
I do not know.
You know, and you're going to tell me, or I'll break you in two.
Stop. You're crushing me.
Talk and talk fast.
All right. I will tell you.
Go ahead.
I will tell you because it is too late for you or anyone else to do anything. Even now, an army of 5,000 armed Germans is approaching Alyria. I have gathered them from all over this continent. They are joining me here to take over the city and once more to build up the great and glorious Nazi state. Heil Hitler!
Gang, did you know that there's a giant eye which gazes up into the heavens and sees there, who knows, maybe the secret of life itself? This giant eye is the new Hale telescope, largest on Earth, designed and built to enable man to peer into the heavens and there to see and examine the most distant parts of the universe. It took 13 years to make this miraculous telescope, whose reflecting mirror, 200 inches wide, is a scientific and engineering achievement as nearly perfect as man can make it. But the result is worth the effort. For this window to the stars may one day show us the outposts of time and space, the mysteries of the world and of man. Planets and suns that we know nothing about may soon become known and understood by all of us. Yes, we know we live in a universe whose boundaries go even beyond our imagination. And now this new telescope may bring us closer to those boundaries for the ultimate benefit of all mankind. Now think for a second, gang. Can you see how, against this majestic and awesome background of time and space, the bickering and squabbling of people and nations becomes not only stupid, but ridiculous? For one look through the Hale telescope shows us very clearly that we are only one tiny part of the great universe, and our troubles and hatreds thereupon become so unimportant by comparison that we should be laughed at for making so much of them. So instead of spending our energies, our very lives, making wars and fighting our neighbors, let's all try to spend our energies finding out more about the fascinating world we live in and how we can do a better job of living in it. Now, don't you think so? And now, the adventures of Superman. Yesterday, as you remember, Superman rescued Hercules from the gallows. And flying high over the thunderstruck crowd in the public square, the Man of Steel deposited the aged counselor in a forest clearing with Jimmy Olsen. Then, giving the boy and the old man instructions to wait for him, Superman flew back to the city to settle the score with Franz. Surprising him at a secretly installed shortwave radio, Superman forced him to admit he was a German Nazi who had escaped from Berlin. Suddenly, the radio receiver blurted out an urgent call in a German accent. Threatening to crush Franz in his bare hands, Superman once again forced the renegade Nazi to identify the voice on the radio. Franz admitted it was the leader of an army of 5,000 Germans on their way to take over Alyria, to use it as a secret base for rebuilding the Nazi state. Immediately, the Man of Steel flew to a hill just outside the open gates of the city. There, an amazing sight met his eyes. I can see them now. Thousands of them, all armed to the teeth. Stand back, Alyrians!
stand back and close the gates of your city. Hurry!
Now then, these big boulders piled up here will come in handy. Up with as big as what? Oh, this must weigh 5 tons. Now, into the air with it. Up, up, and away! There we are. Right over them. That's it. Look up. Here it comes. Catch it. Now, back for another one. I'll keep this up as long as the rocks last. Away!
Swooping down for another huge boulder, Superman wages his own one-man bombing attack on Franz's panic-stricken Nazi army, while the whole population of Alyria swarms to the gates to witness the miracle that is saving their city. But meanwhile, Franz and a few of his traitorous henchmen have gathered in the Grand Palace. The Grand Master of Alyria is furious and desperate.
Who is this creature who flies? Where did he come from?
We do not know, sire. He appeared as out of nowhere.
Did you not say that one of the guards saw 2 strangers, a man and a boy, in a public square behind the gallows?
That is so, sire.
Then where are they?
They disappeared.
So they disappeared into nowhere. And this devil appeared out of nowhere, huh? You're fools, all of you. Where are the other guards?
All but 2 have deserted.
Deserted, huh? Do they know how we treat deserters in the German army?
They say you tricked them, sire, and that now they will stand against you, even if it means their lives.
Ah, that is bad. It means these people are not as soft as I thought.
I fear, sire, whatever thou wilt try is now doomed to failure.
We will see about that.
Thou hast plans?
Yes, I have plans. If I cannot use Alyria to rebuild the glorious Nazi state, then I will see to it that Alyria is wiped from the face of this earth. I will burn the city to the ground, so that nothing will be left but barren ashes.
But will not the creature with the red cape who flies stop thee?
He is too busy now. Come with me. Quickly.
And so, while Superman still battles relentlessly against the swiftly diminishing army, Franz and the few henchmen who are still faithful to him light torches and proceed to set fire to the city of Alyria. Meanwhile, Hercamine and Jimmy wait impatiently in the forest clearing. For some time now, ominous sounds have been reaching them. Sounds they can neither identify nor understand.
Do you hear that, Hercamine?
Aye, my son. Curious sounds fill the air. Perhaps it's thunder.
Sounds more like there's some kind of a fight going on in Alyria. But what worries me is where's Superman and where's Clark Kent?
We must wait and be patient, boy.
I don't want to be patient anymore. They might be in trouble.
What wouldst thou do? Join the fray thyself?
Well, I guess you're too old. But, Hercamine, if there's a fight and if Mr. Kent is in trouble, I gotta help. Don't you see? I just gotta.
I understand, my son. We will set forth at once for Alyria. I shall lead the way. Come.
So Jimmy Olsen and Hercamine start their journey toward the walls of the city. And even further away, a frail girl, the Princess Rev Peyton, hurries from her hut to her friend, the chief of a native tribe.
May I speak with you, Shiva?
Speak, Princess.
I fear for my country. I fear for Hercamine, for Mr. Kent, and the slipping exchange.
What you want I do?
Will thou help me to find them?
White men say, you wait here.
Aye, that I know, but I'm well rested now. 'Tis not disobedience which spurs me on, but the desire to help my friends. They may be in trouble.
Very well. I will order strongest and swiftest runners to carry you. I go before.
Good. Let us hasten then. Let us delay no longer.
At once, Princess. Dago, my Linda.
In a little while, Rev Peyton, the chief, and 2 runners set forth for her troubled land. Meanwhile, Hercamine and Jim are approaching that part of the wall outside Alyria where Superman had originally broken through.
Wait, James.
What's the matter, Hercamine?
Someone approaches.
Where? I don't see anyone.
Look, behind us.
Sleeping lizard. It's the chief of the headhunters.
Aye, and with him is Rev Peyton, my princess.
Rev Peyton? Holy smokes. She shouldn't have come here. This is no place for a girl.
Hercamine, James, what has come to pass here? What is happening in Alyria?
We don't know ourselves. But whatever it is, it's something pretty terrible.
Can we climb these walls? Is it at all possible?
No, wall is too high.
We don't have to. There's a hole here we can crawl through. But you stay outside, Rev Peyton. Alyria's no place for you.
Nay, in my country's need. I will not think of protecting myself.
My princess, I am proud of thee. My teachings have not fallen on barren ears.
Well, okay, it's just around the corner. Let's get going.
Merciful heavens,
Nay, mine eyes do deceive me.
Thunderstruck, our three friends catch their first glimpse of what is going on outside the gates of Alyria. It is a sight that makes them doubt even their own eyes. How far has Superman succeeded in hurling back the foe? We'll return in a moment to find out, so keep listening.
Gang, many's the time you've heard a fellow say, see that guy? Got bad blood. That's why he's so mean. Or, she comes from one of the oldest Boston families, a real blue blood. Well, all this talk sounds as if different people have blood of different colors and qualities, as if you could have blue blood or bad blood. So let's get it cleared up once and for all. It's not true. Science tells us there are no differences in blood because of a person's skin color, the way he worships God, where he lives, or where he comes from. You can prick a fellow's finger and look at his blood, but you won't be able to tell a thing about him from that, except perhaps the state of his health. Now, science knows this to be absolutely true. And if you ask your big brothers who are veterans, I bet they'll tell you it's true, too. For many of our fighting men received blood transfusions during the war from patriotic Americans of every race and religion, from rich men and poor men, professors and laborers. Your own brother may be alive today because of blood plasma given to him by an Indian or a Mexican, a Buddhist or a Quaker, a Jew or a Catholic. Hasn't made your brother any different, has it? Then why should it make the people who gave it to him any different? There are 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. Anybody can have one of these types of blood. Now, type O can be mixed with any of the other types, but the rest can't be mixed with each other, or the patient will die. So you see, gang, the only thing that counts when you're getting a blood transfusion is whether or not the new blood is the same blood type as yours. Don't ever forget that, boys and girls. It's very well worth remembering.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. Only a moment ago, we left our friends, Jimmy Olsen, Red Peyton, and Herkimer, staring with unbelieving eyes as they behold the incredible feats being performed by Superman outside the gates of Alyria. Steadily and relentlessly, he has been fighting his lone battle against a horde of armed Germans. He has torn stones from the mountains, trees by their roots from the ground, and hurled them in the face of tanks and guns. Now he is finishing off the last of the enemy in hand-to-hand combat.
Just look at him. He picks them off like they were flies.
It's unbelievable.
Cecily, James, look.
What frightens thee, child?
What's the matter?
Look, over there. Flames are spouting from Franz's window.
Listen, Lizard, she's right. And from that house over there, too.
Aye, and that one there.
Oh, dear, they're going up in flames.
Mr. Kent, where's he? Where is he?
James, wait.
My boy, take clear of the building. The rafters are about to fall.
I don't care. I gotta find Mr. Kent. I gotta find him.
Deaf to the warnings of Red Peyton and Herkimer, Jim rushes toward the now furiously burning house, where helpless and aghast, his friends watch him stumble through the flaming door. Clark Kent is not in the fiery building. As Superman, he is still finishing off the last of the armed Germans. What will happen? How will Jim be saved from this new danger into which his young courage and loyalty to his friend has led him? Listen tomorrow for the final chapter of this exciting story on The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time. Watch for the Superman Adventure serial, soon to be shown at your local movie theater. This program came from New York. Stay tuned to your Mutual station for Captain Midnight, which follows in just a moment. And right after Captain Midnight, you'll hear Tom Mix and his Ralston Straight Shooters. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.